Sunday morning, all. This is SFAPowerhouse in the driver's position.
This is Crew Chief in the shotgun position.
Beautiful Sunday morning, all.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it, Crew Chief?
Yep.
As you saw, we had a nice little scrub-a-dub in a car wash here. Just had to get off all those bugs. I mean, summer's over and fall is here, but Southeast Texas always has a lot of bugs in the atmosphere.
Plenty of gourmet for the birds. That's basically how it goes. These bugs are eaten by these birds.
Yeah. It is the end of September, which means we are technically in the autumn or fall season.
Yes, the autumn. It's the autumn equinox. Yes, the autumn equinox happened just a few days ago. So yes, we are now going to get into some cooler temperatures, hopefully. But then again, cooler temperatures really don't take place much, but they do on occasion.
I mean, compared to other regions, cooler temperatures, it's a blessing around here.
Yes.
Now, we do get a lot more of it in winter. Make no mistake, in winter we have plenty of cold days. In fact, just a few years ago here in Southeast Texas, we've had an actual snowfall that resulted in a few days of school being canceled. It was considerable.
I believe it was back in January, of 2024 or 2025.
Something like that, yeah. 24, it was 24.
And then a few years prior, we had a freeze.
Yeah.
For a couple days.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, hard freeze is no fun. But a snowfall, well, a welcome sight, actually.
Well, yeah, welcome sight, but then you have to wait for it all to melt or move it out of your way if you need to go down the street.
Yeah.
Then you have to wait for the streets to be safe to ride on. So there are positives of seeing snow, but there's also consequences because you have to clean up after it, and unfortunately cold weather like snow and ice like sort of, I would say, destroys a little bit of vegetation, like especially for farmers and things like that, unless they prepare it in advance.
Yeah.
So again, positive and negatives.
Well, like I said, let's not forget that out here in Southeast Texas, the sun does shine quite a bit. And after we had that snowfall, it was only just a few days after that the sun consistently came out and the snow melted pretty quickly, actually.
It did. We were out for a few days, but it worked out okay.
Absolutely. And then, well, like I said, going back to today, this is only like the first full week of fall, and my temperature is reading 72 right now, and this is around 9:15 a.m. Pleasant, very pleasant, almost spring-like.
Right.
But then again, what's the real difference between spring and fall?
Well, the similarity is that we have an equal amount of time in the day and the night. The only difference, and we do have cool temperatures in the spring and the fall, because in the spring we're not close to summer, but we're not finished up with winter. And the fall, we're almost done with summer, but we're getting close to winter a little bit. So again, cooler temperatures regardless. It's like in between, I would say in between temperatures, in between cold and hot.
Right. Of course, springtime down here is like summer compared to like a place like Seattle.
Right.
Their summer temperature is around 75 or 78,
right,
which is spring down here.
Yes.
But then again, our winter down here is like spring or late spring or early fall to them, or I'm sorry, early spring, late fall to them.
Right.
Of course, that's the science of climatology for you.
Right.
But now I mentioned all this, end of September, fall is coming for a specific reason, because just a little while ago, a very interesting entertainment group made their way over to Daikin Park in Houston.
Yeah.
Maybe you've heard of them, the Savannah Bananas.
I have heard of them. Never seen a game. Never seen an event before.
Neither have I until that event just a little while ago.
Yes. And they played a group called the Texas Tailgaters.
Yeah.
I do not know where the Texas Tailgaters are based out of. I think it's Round Rock.
We'll do research on that later. We'll get back to you.
Yeah. But either way, it was a very entertaining event. A little bit of baseball played. A little silly behavior, but they had a lot of music, a lot of entertainment, and I will say that it was held at Daikin Park. We had to wait for a while to get inside because the pre-game activities held outside of the park before we came inside.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, like Crew Chief was saying, they did hold a massive pre-game festivities in the Daikin Park Plaza on the north side of the stadium, and there you're able to meet and greet with the players of the Bananas and meet and greet with the players of the Tailgaters, and just get used to the environment and the fun that is the Savannah Bananas, and
the Texas Tailgaters.
Yeah, but anyway, we were able to get merchandise and sample a little bit of food, and then went on inside. And of course, Daikin Park is always AC, so air conditioning is always a plus in Texas, no matter what the season is.
Exactly.
And then you go on inside. Of course, your seat is. Of course, you go to your seat as if you're going to a normal baseball game. But of course, this is not a normal baseball game. In fact, let me put it this way. The National Basketball Association has the Harlem Globetrotters,
right?
And therefore, Major League Baseball has the Savannah Bananas. They're pretty much the similar factions, having fun and just being straight up silly with the game of baseball in this case.
And of course, there are other teams because they displayed some other teams that are like the Savannah Bananas, like the Texas Tailgaters and the Fire or something.
Oh yeah, there's like 4 teams in Banana Ball. There's 4 teams, and then because first off, the Savannah Bananas is around like maybe 10, 20 years old. It's very young, but apparently their entertainment faction has grown so much and so quickly that they've expanded to 4 teams that tour around the world.
Right, and for me, I mean, again, the whole event was interesting. I like the fact that they brought out, like, during some of the like little showstoppers between innings, they even brought out the Houston Astros mascot Orbit.
Yeah.
And to participate with the banana mascot, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And like I said, it was not only in between innings, but also in between pitches and in between batters. They would have, show-stopping numbers, dance numbers, singing numbers, karaoke numbers. Again, this is not serious baseball, okay? Savannah Bananas is not serious baseball. It's just entertainment, okay?
And these people entertaining, obviously they have some knowledge of baseball, but they also have knowledge of other skills. Like, some of them could do backflips, so I'm thinking some of the entertainers probably did gymnastics, or maybe they were cheerleaders in high school or college where they had to do backflips, because you have to be in good physical shape in order to do those backflips and singing and playing instruments.
Whole smash, yeah.
Whole smash. I mean, you have to be multi-talented, not just have some knowledge of baseball, but also talented in other areas.
Yeah. Now, make no mistake, the ball players have definitely had prior baseball experience, whether it's at the minor league level or college level, because they are definitely playing with some pro techniques and pro disciplines. But of course, they just make it all fun. They do trick plays, spinning plays to catch a ball, other ways to catch a ball. It's just, again, this is not serious baseball at all. Okay, I mean, if you just want a experience where they have fun with the sport of baseball and they just make it a super silly, like very silly way to play the game, kind of like Sandlot, just on a much sillier level, then you got Savannah Banana Ball. They call it Banana Ball.
Yes. I think, again, the whole experience was good, but I think it was interesting they brought out some former players to do a first pitch, and also and also a former, I believe it's former center fielder from years ago.
Oh
to hit.
Yeah, because this took place at Daikin Park, that's the home of the Houston Astros. Yes, the Savannah Bananas were able to attract some big Astros names to do some ceremonial stuff. Like she said, like Crew Chief said, the first pitch was delivered by former Astros pitcher Roger Clemens, better known as the Rocket. He was with the Astros from 04 to 06, I believe. He did help the Astros get to their first World Series appearance in 2005. Anyway, yeah, so he came out there and he threw a first pitch, and it was a rocket right on the corner. So yeah, that was a great way to start the game. And then around the 6th or 7th inning, another former Astros player, Michael Bourne, who was with the Astros from 2009 to 2013 as our center fielder. He was a center fielder who had quite a bit of pop too. So he actually batted for the Bananas. He put a good swing on the ball, but it was a line out to left field. So yeah, so seeing all these Astros players of old come out and come out to Minute Maid Park one more time, that's just great to see. And I'm pretty sure that everywhere they go, every Major League Baseball stadium that they play in, they try to get as many former players and former big names to come out and be a part of Banana Ball.
Right. And I will say that when it came to serious moments, like they had the national anthem playing by a very talented singer.
Yeah.
Everyone was serious for that.
Absolutely, yes.
And then sometime during the game, they stopped and they brought out a World War II veteran to honor his service. And again,
everyone was serious and applauding him. Yes.
Savannah Bananas, Texas Tailgaters were as serious as they could be for those two things. So they know these two organizations. I will give them excuse me. I will give them kudos. They know when to be serious and they know when to act silly. So, and they were really good with the kids that participated. They were great, and the adult participants that helped out. But when they came down to the national anthem and the honoring that World War II veteran that came out, I believe he was a Navy veteran. I believe.
Yes.
Either way, both organizations showed respect for both the national anthem and honoring this World War II vet. So again, kudos to both these organizations for showing that they can be serious, and they can be serious when it needs to be, and be silly when it needs to be.
Yeah, I think this is it's a very clean, family-friendly, very kid-friendly entertainment event.
Yes.
And like Crew Chief said, everyone was very serious for the national anthem and very serious in honoring our veterans. So they're really showing a prime example of when it's perfectly okay to have fun and when it's when you have to be serious and reverent. So I can definitely see the massive appeal of Savannah Bananas and how it exploded from a small organization to a 4-team touring organization, and how it became a $1 billion empire in a very short time, which is very impressive.
Yes, definitely.
So all in all, Savannah Bananas has its great purpose.
It did.
I can see the appeal.
Me too. So basically, I mean, I don't know if I'll be going to any more Savannah Banana events.
I don't know if I will either.
But now that I've been to one, I would say if you only go to one Savannah Banana event in your life, do it. It's a fun way to enjoy baseball and also some entertainment at the same time. I guess I'm just used to, whenever I go to a ballpark, I'm used to seeing legit baseball teams playing a baseball game, and and in between in between innings when they're getting things ready, they'll have little things like a game for the kids to do, like a race or some sort of audience participant kind of thing, like a ball shuffle, that they put a ball underneath a baseball underneath 3 cans, and the audience has to figure out which can is under number 1, 2, or 3, that sort of thing, But yeah. I guess I'm just used to, when I go to a baseball game, I'm here to see some legit professional baseball, and during between innings, maybe a little entertainment, whatever. So
yeah. One thing about Banana Ball that I thought was pretty fun to keep to get the audience even more involved in the game was in Banana Ball. If a foul ball goes into the audience and the audience actually catches it, the batter's out. So it was quite interesting. We were trying to see if the audience is going to catch it, I think in this game, out of the 20 or so foul balls, I think 5 were caught.
Yeah.
And actually, one was challenged. A fan challenged a catch to see if it was actually caught. It does nothing. The players cannot challenge a foul ball. The designated person from the audience does.
Right.
They did. They went on replay. They say it was no catch. They logged. They didn't have control. So, like I say, they're taking some of the best elements of baseball and they're putting in their own silly fashion of banana ball.
Right.
So that was a pretty fun way to keep an eye on the ball at all times, no matter if they go out of play or not.
Right.
So
I agree.
So again, I can definitely see the mass appeal of banana ball.
Yeah. So anyway, so I would say if I was again, for me, going to a Savannah Banana game is basically going to see one. Maybe this is a one, and that's it. I mean, maybe I'll watch the others on YouTube or something like that. But as far as going, I think it's going to just be one, and that's that. So
that's just who we are. I mean, we saw it once. We saw the appeal. We saw that it's very good for all kids of all ages. So honestly, I'm set too.
Me too.
So go ahead and call us stuffy. Go ahead and call us, whatever. Although I prefer you wouldn't, but that's just my opinion. But
I mean, we did. I will say, Powerhouse, you did, like I said, you did say you pick up some merchandise, some lapel pins, so that way you can remember that experience.
Exactly. I also got a souvenir ball and a couple, and like I said, a couple of lapel pins. So, yep, I can say that I have seen banana ball.
Yep.
So now here's the deal. If you want to also see what banana ball is going to be up to next, search Savannah Bananas, and they'll have their schedule up, and then you can go see where they're playing next and when they're playing next,
Right.
and go from there. And bear in mind, Savannah Bananas is congruent with Major League Baseball, so they play at the same time as Major League Baseball plays. So from spring through summer into the end of fall, into the beginning of fall, excuse me. So, but also bear in mind of this, because of their mass appeal, tickets are selected on a lottery basis. You register for a lottery, and if you win the lottery, you'll get your spots. And that's what happened here. We were very lucky to get these tickets.
Yep.
And Northern Houston is a major baseball town. We were very, very lucky.
Yep. Exactly.
So,
and if you decide to go to a Savannah Banana event, a lot of people are wearing merchandise, their T-shirts, jerseys, and things like that.
banana suits.
Yeah, and banana suits, banana earrings, and the ladies. Even if you don't have any merchandise from them right now, I mean, you just wear your favorite baseball T-shirt or whatever. Just go as you are. Just there you go.
And of course, wearing the sports gear of your favorite baseball team is also welcome too. So
Yeah.
So I'll admit I was wearing my Astros gear.
I was wearing a T-shirt as well with Astros on it, but it was more like it was a T-shirt, but had on the back it had the picture of the Astrodome back in its day. So that sort of thing.
The Astrodome, the world's first indoor stadium that was not just for baseball but also for football. As in the Houston Oilers.
Right. I think it's also considered, the Astrodome is considered one of the wonders of the world.
Yep, the 8th wonder of the world.
That's it.
Yep. So, yes, made a mistake. Houston is very, very proud of our lineage in sports world.
Yes.
So like I said, if you and your children are looking for some great entertainment and a baseball diamond, Savannah Bananas is a great way to go.
Yep.
Besides seeing your favorite baseball team.
Yes. And who knows? Maybe you visit one of these places that's an actual baseball stadium, and they have former players of the hometown team come out and join them. It's definitely worth it.
Absolutely. All right, we're pretty much approaching the House Divine. We're gonna go and wrap this one up. This is SFAPowerhouse signing off. Y'all take care. God bless, and enjoy the ride.
This is Crew Chief, wishing everyone watching and listening to this a blessed day, and Many blessings for you in the future.